Hello there, Andrew here, Andrew Warnes. Now, I'm a psychic, and one of the things that often becomes glaringly obvious to me is when people come to see me is how stressed they are, how out of place they are, and a lot of how stuck they are at their lives and this sort of stuff. And they just often need a little bit of reassurance, and I feel I'm very good at giving that. One of the areas where I often feel that people really let themselves down is that, and that is in the sleep they get and the quality of the sleep. So, I personally, I'm very privileged to sleep most nights through the night without a break. And yeah, I might wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and race off the toilet, as I think many people do, or 5 o'clock or something, and I'll go back to bed, or maybe I'll meditate or something. But generally, I feel that I'm very, very fortunate. Now, am I fortunate, or have I done something? I wasn't always like this. Once upon a time, I was the sort of person, 2:30 every morning. I was awake, bzzz, as you do, Admittedly, in those days, I used to drink quite a bit of alcohol, and that certainly didn't help. And also, admittedly, I was very, very stressed in those days. I have a very different life now. So there's some questions you need to ask yourself, and some of them include things like, what time do you go to bed? How many hours sleep do you get? How many blankets or what weight do you sleep under? How much water did you drink during the day? Of course, the obvious one, how stressed you are. And what were you watching on TV or maybe listening to on the radio before you went to bed? They're questions that you should ask yourself, and they're not hard to answer, many of them. I'll just give you a quick pointer. How much sleep? You know, the gurus in India say that if you meditate, for every 15 minutes of meditation, it's worth an hour's sleep, or some say 2 hours sleep, and this sort of stuff. And I think it's quite true that many gurus who do meditate for long hours, they don't sleep very much at all. They probably don't need to. I would argue, though, that in the West we need 8 hours of sleep every night. Um, you know, uh, you might think that we can do it in less, and we look, for the most part, if you've got a lot at work, you can, and you can go for maybe months, months and months. There's the chooks are going to come home to roost sometime and sleep. So you need to do something. You also need to ask how warm you are in bed. Um, Most of us overheat. We think we're not. We think we're all cuddled up in bed. All you need to do to see how warm you need to be, and this is a bit of a, people don't like doing this, but what you do is you use blankets. You don't use doonas. You do use blankets, and you might start with a couple of blankets, 3 blankets at summertime, or 2 blankets at summertime, or one even if it's summertime. In the wintertime, it might be 3 blankets or 4 blankets or something, or whatever you do. And what you do is you peel one of those off and you sleep. Go to bed. You'll be tired. You'll wake up occasionally. And after a week or so, you'll get used to it and you'll think, oh, I'll cuddle you again, And then what you do then, this is where it gets hard, you peel off another one. I remember this works. My ex-partner and I in Canberra went through this sort of thing in Canberra, and Canberra in the wintertime in Australia can get quite cold. -7 frost and that sort of stuff. And yes, we had central heating in the house, which went off at night and came off on at about 12 degrees. So 12 degrees is pretty cold. We used to sleep quite comfortably under one blanket each night. So that it can be done. Another thing is dehydration. We do need to drink lots and lots of water, and it's got to be good quality water. I won't go into that too much. You need a calm mind before you go to sleep. This is so important, and it's so often overlooked as a cause of sleeplessness. Just think about if you had the TV on, or you're on a computer doing what I'm doing now, talking to people. Your mental capacity is fired wide up. It's revving away. You need to do something about that. You need to calm it down. You know, don't watch. Just watch what you watch. On TV at night. If you do just before, for an hour or so before you go to bed. Don't watch the crime thrillers where people are being killed and things like that. Don't watch the news. Leave the cop shows with death and violence. Leave them right away. Your subconscious is a very, very powerful thing, and it's a wonderful thing. You know, you need to protect it and allow it to do its thing. You're stimulated enough in the daytime with your work and everything you do in the daytime. You don't need to be stimulated at night. So give yourself a bit of a roaring chance there, and leave some of that stuff behind that you normally do. It all manifests in the way of stress. I'll sort of talk about stress in a tick. The other thing is, get rid of the TV in the bedroom. Isn't that the worst thing? Bedrooms are for sleeping, okay? And doing other things, nice things with partners and people, but sleeping, primarily for sleeping. Get rid of this, the TV, and also think about getting rid of the radio as well. Many people go to sleep with some night hour show on and that sort of stuff. It's not doing any good. You might think you're getting good sleep, but you're not. The other thing is, all these things that I'm talking about lead into stress. The number one reason we don't sleep well is because of stress. And it's the most difficult to fix because we're reluctant to change those aspects in our lives. And because we also think we're in a no way out scenario of our work and our family and our travel and all that sort of stuff. So think about your stress and manage it. Do something about it, and think about the other things I've talked about. Think about what supplements you're taking. In the West, we need supplements. We need vitamin C. We need vitamin B, because we don't get it out of the food we take. So you might be taking large doses of vitamin C. Don't do it before you go to bed, though. Same with vitamin B. They can rev you up. We do need supplements. It's important. So there's a strategy here, that I'm coming up with for you. And the strategy is simple. It's just picking up one or two the tiny little things that I've talked about and using them. Okay, that's all it is. And then they become a habit, and then you pick up another couple or one, and you use that. And then you do another one. Don't do it all at once. It won't work. Okay? So just that's what you need to do. Now, all these things I've just been talking about. The reason I'm actually, one of the things I have a thing of doing now is I take people to Bali, and in Bali, I just think it's amazing the energy of Bali, of what it does to what we're about in the sleep department. It's just incredible. I just find that after I've been in Bali for about 24 hours, I just have so much energy. I just feel so vital. And the really beautiful thing about Bali is because of their energy, it stays with us. It goes into us and it stays with us. Now I monitor myself in Bali before I go and where I go. I'm fairly good at monitoring myself, and I also monitor other people. I just because I'm intuitive and psychic, I have a little bit of it. Maybe I have a little bit of an edge on other people, and I watch them, and I feel their energy. And I've found that people change there. It's just amazing how they do change. Well, I was only over there a few weeks ago, and a friend, Tara, was with us, and you know, I watched her just bloom in the time. She was like a flower, like a lotus opening. She was just amazing. And this is someone who was very, very sick the first couple of days she was there because she was completely depleted. And so keep that in mind, that places that we go to, it's not the Kutas and the Sanuas and all that sort of places and the Seminyaks. We stay away from those places. We go to places where you're a part of the energy of the place. You know, you're a part of the village, you know, and these people are beautiful. They'll look after you, and they feed you, and it's like a family. It's just terrific. We eat fantastic food, and the lifestyle and the energy itself. We go to special places, energetic places, and temples and cleansing baths and places like Kintamani and Turtle Ampel, where we don't actually swim, but we douse ourselves in water and that sort of stuff. And I find that after I've been to those places, there's something in that water. Well, it's the energy, but it's something in it as well. Well, and as soon as my head fits a pillow, and it's not because of the travelling, maybe it's not because of the excitement, because, you know, it's just amazing. The other side of it is that after being in those sort of places, if I need to be up, if I need to do some Facebook stuff or something on my iPad or something like that, computing or writing or something, I'm alert for that as well. So there's something in this, you know. In Bali, we do a lot of not a lot. We don't meditate for hours, but we go for places in temples. We meditate. We go to places which are stress-free and unwinding. We go to places like Gunung Kawi, you know, which is the Temple of the Kings, and we go to the Elephant Temple and Beseki. Beseki is the biggest temple in Bali, and beautiful places like that, you know. So, you know, as I said, the Balinese energy stays with us long time after we return home. I found that all the time. I was only there a few weeks ago, and I'm still really vital from the journey there. It was amazing. So come over to Bali with us on a Balinese sleep revitalization journey. Just hop onto my Facebook site or my website, go to andrewwarnes.com and scroll right down the bottom, and you'll see some retreat stuff down there, and do a little bit of a hunt and you'll find me, or else just get in touch with me on Google or wherever. Doesn't matter where it is, and I can give you some details. Okay, I'll see you later.